Today we're going to install the Grumper from Fab Force on this 2019 Jeep Wrangler JL. Now, if you have the included fender system, you will not install the end cap like this. You're going to leave that bare, so your Grumper is going to look like this on both sides. If you don't have the fender system, you'll install the end cap so it'll look like this on both sides. Let's go ahead and get started. Now with the Grumper on the ground, we're going to go ahead and prep it and get it ready to install onto the truck. What we got to do is install first the grill portion. This is the part that comes with the Grumper. You would go ahead and install that now if you did not get your light bar grill mount. That's this piece right here. They install the exact same way to the shell of the bumper. However, this does need some assembly before it goes on. So we're going to take the lower mesh and install that to the bottom side of the light bar mount using the coated 5/16 hardware that's included. Once that's assembled, go ahead and install the light bar mount to the Grumper. First, the skin goes on, and then the light bar mount goes over top of that. We will use the decorative 5/16 hardware to install that together. Now that I've got all the decorative bolts holding the light bar mount assembly in place, I'm going to go ahead and hold them still with a 3/16 Allen wrench and tighten down the nut side with a 1/2 inch ratchet. If you do not have the fender system from Fab Force, we'll go ahead and install the end caps. What we'll do is we'll take our large bolts with washers, slide them through the large oval holes in the end caps, and then get them lined up to the side of the Grumper while we're sliding the tabs into the top side of the Grumper. Slide the bolts into the holes in the side of the Grumper. Then we'll use a flat washer, lock washer, and nut on each one of the large bolts. Now we'll go ahead and install our 5/16 decorative hardware into the tabs on the top of the Grumper. Now if you do not have the fender system and you're going this route, go ahead and get this all lined up and tighten this hardware down at this point and repeat the same process on the opposite side. We do have the fender system, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Next, I'll go ahead and install the light bar, our winch, and go ahead and remove all of our caps that are protecting our threads. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at the grill itself. This grill has to come off. We've got 6 push pins along the top that need to pop out. Once those push pins come out, we can go ahead and pull from the bottom and release the grill from the clips below. Now we need to remove these two plastics. Those come off fairly easily. This one only has 2 push pins. This one has a couple of push pins and also a couple of Torx bolts that are going through. Those need to come out with a T20. But before this one can come out, we need to loosen up this support with a T30, get that out of the way so we can pull out that T20. Once the plastic's out of the way, we can put the Torx T30 back in place to re-secure this support. Now we're going to go ahead and remove both of our headlights. They both come out the exact same way. We've got a 10mm. We're going to take out 3 bolts, remove the headlight and disconnect it. Make sure we keep our passenger side and our driver's side separated from each other so we know which one goes back in which location. Both of the headlight supports have to be trimmed before the grumper can go in place, and Fab Force has given us some adhesive templates to cut around, so we're just going to cut around where the red is. Going to do that on both sides. Be careful with this. Wear some protective eyewear. Now we're going to go ahead and reinstall our headlights. We're going to put them on the exact same way they came off. Now your grumper is going to install back onto the Jeep pretty much the same way the factory bumper came off. We've got 4 bolts on each side that are coming out of the bumper. That's going to slide into the 4 holes in the frame. Now let's go ahead and put it on. Now for each one of those threaded studs, we're going to go ahead and slide on a flat washer, lock washer, and nut that's provided in the kit and tighten them down. Well, that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts or visit us online.